Hi, child. I see you trying to stay strong while everything inside you feels like it's falling apart. You've been fighting battles no one else even knows about. You smile in front of others, but behind closed doors, the tears fall quietly. The kind of tears that burn because you're tired of pretending you're okay. But listen to me, my child. You are not alone. You have never been alone. Even when you felt abandoned, even when everyone walked away, I was there, sitting beside you in the silence, holding your heart when it felt too heavy to carry. Before we go any further, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath and whisper, Jesus, I trust you. Yes, that's it. Because in that simple sentence lies the key to turning your struggle into strength. You see, you've been thinking your struggles are proof that I've forgotten you. But they're actually the proof that I'm preparing you. Every storm, every rejection, every delay has been shaping something inside you that comfort never could. When I told Peter to step out of the boat and walk on water, I knew the waves would rise high. I knew the wind would roar. But I also knew that as long as his eyes stayed on me, he could do the impossible. And that's what I'm telling you today. Keep your eyes on me. Because the waves that scare you are the same waves that will reveal my power in your life. So don't run from the struggle. Don't curse the pain. Don't despise the waiting. For every tear you cry, I'm forming strength within you. For every setback, I'm aligning something greater. And before you continue listening, I want you to take a step of faith right now. Subscribe to this channel, Voice of God, because every message here is a piece of my heart speaking directly to you. Let this be your reminder. Your struggle has a purpose. Now come closer and listen, because I'm about to show you how the very thing that tried to break you will become the foundation of your breakthrough. My child, there was a moment, you remember it, when you almost gave up. When you sat in the dark asking me, Lord, how much longer? How much pain must I endure before I see your promise? I heard that whisper. I saw that tear. And even though it seemed like I was silent, I was fighting battles for you in ways you could not see. Do you know why I sometimes allow storms to rage around you? Because storms reveal what still needs to be strengthened within you. They strip away false confidence, shallow faith, and replace them with something unshakable. Look at Job. He lost everything, his wealth, his children, his health. The world called him cursed, but I called him chosen, because while others only saw the ashes, I saw the gold being refined through the fire. And you, my child, are being refined. Yes, it hurts. But this is not punishment. This is preparation. I am teaching you how to trust me. Not just when things are easy, but when everything around you feels impossible. You see, many pray for strength, but strength is never built in comfort. Strength is born when you have every reason to quit, but you still choose to stand. Do you remember the story of Joseph? His brothers betrayed him. He was thrown into a pit, sold as a slave, and forgotten in a prison cell. But the same pit that looked like his end became the path to his destiny. If I can turn Joseph's betrayal into a crown, if I can turn the Red Sea into a highway, if I can bring Lazarus out of the tomb after 4 days, then what makes you think your story is beyond redemption? When you feel like you're drowning in disappointment, I am the one holding your head above the water. When you think your prayers are bouncing off the ceiling, I am collecting every word. And when you believe you've failed too many times, I'm already writing your comeback story. The struggle you're in is not a sign of my absence. It's a sign of my activity. Every closed door has been divinely orchestrated. Every delay has been a part of divine timing. You've been asking me to open the way, but sometimes I'm strengthening your legs to walk through it. You see, I don't just remove mountains. Sometimes I give you the strength to climb them. Because the view from the top will make you realize that what you thought was meant to destroy you was actually meant to define you. And I know. There are nights when you lie awake replaying every mistake, every moment of regret, every what if. But listen closely. I never measured your worth by your failures. I measure it by my love. And my love has no conditions, No expiration, no limits. Right now, I am closer than your next heartbeat. I am holding your broken pieces and crafting something beautiful. So don't say, I can't do this anymore. Say, Lord, I can't do this without you. Because that's when my strength begins, where yours ends. Remember the eagle? It doesn't run from the storm. It flies above it. And that's what I am teaching you to do. You were never meant to live in fear of the storm. You were created to rise through it. So, when the winds blow harder, when the world feels heavy, when the future looks uncertain, whisper these words. Jesus, I trust your plan even when I can't trace your hand. And watch how I transform your pain into power, your weakness into worship, and your struggle into strength. Hold on, my child. Because in the next moment you will see how everything that was falling apart will begin to fall into place. Perfectly, beautifully, divinely, my child. You've walked through valleys so deep that even the stars seem to hide their light from you. You've prayed until your voice trembled and tears became your only language. You've watched others move ahead while you stayed stuck, asking, Lord, when will it be my turn? But today, I want to show you something you could never see while you were in the storm. I was never absent. Every time you fell, I caught you. Every time you broke, I held you together. Every time you lost hope, I whispered life into your weary soul. You thought your struggle was burying you, but it was actually planting you. And like a seed buried deep in the soil, the darkness wasn't your end. It was the beginning of growth that had to happen unseen. When you thought I was silent, I was speaking to the roots of your spirit. I was deepening your faith so that when you rise, nothing can shake you again. Let me take you back to Peter. When I called him to walk on water, he started strong, eyes fixed on me, heart full of courage. But when the waves rose higher, fear began to whisper louder. He took his eyes off me and he began to sink. And yet, even as he was going under, I didn't let him drown. I reached out my hand, pulled him up and asked, why did you doubt? That same question echoes in your heart today, not as a rebuke, but as a reminder that no matter how far you sink, my hand is always closer than the waves. Your fear said, it's over, but my grace says, it's just beginning. Your past said, you're too broken, but my love says, you are still chosen. Listen, my child. I never promised you a life without storms. I promised you peace in the storm. I promised that when you walk through fire, you won't be burned. When you pass through the waters, they won't sweep over you. And when you face the impossible, you'll find that I was the strength behind every step you took. You see, your struggle didn't break you. It revealed you. It exposed the faith that was already inside you. It proved that the same spirit that raised me from the dead lives in you. And now that pain, the very thing you thought disqualified you, will become your platform. That wound will become your weapon. That scar will tell a story that someone else needs to hear. Because there's someone out there walking through the same fire you've survived, and they need to know that Jesus still saves, still heals, still restores. Your victory will be their hope. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are defined by what I'm doing through you. I am turning every betrayal into a breakthrough, every rejection into redirection, every heartbreak into a holy testimony. When Joseph stood before the brothers who sold him, he didn't see enemies. He saw purpose. He said, "What you meant for evil, God meant for good." And one day, you will look back at this very moment, the tears, the confusion, the loneliness, and you will say the same words. You will see that I was not just saving you from something. I was preparing you for something greater. Every sleepless night, every unanswered prayer, every painful goodbye, it's all been part of a divine plan to transform you into who you were meant to be. So, dry your tears, my beloved, because you are not just surviving, you are rising. You are stepping out of the ashes into strength, into boldness, into destiny. The things that once broke you are now beneath your feet. You've walked through fire. Now you carry the flame of faith that will light up others' darkness. This is your turning point. This is where your struggle becomes your strength. This is where faith takes the place of fear, and victory begins to unfold. My child, there was a time you thought everything was over. You remember that night, don't you? When you sat on the floor, hands trembling, heart racing, eyes filled with tears, asking me, "Lord, how much more can I take?" You thought the struggle would never end. You thought the pain would break you. But now, listen closely. That night was not your ending, it was your becoming. Because what you didn't know then was that I, your Lord, was standing right beside you, not to remove the storm, but to train your spirit to stand through it. You prayed for peace, and I gave you a battle to teach you victory. You prayed for strength, and I allowed weakness to show you where your true power comes from. You prayed for faith, and I let you walk through doubt so that you could see me even in the dark. There is a mystery in my ways that many never understand. They want the blessing without the breaking. They want the crown without the cross. But my child, even I was broken before I was glorified. The scars on my hands tell the story of how suffering was transformed into salvation. So do not despise your scars. They are proof that you survived what tried to destroy you. Each tear that fell from your eyes watered the seed of your future. Each sleepless night strengthened your roots. Each no you faced was redirection, not rejection. I was shaping your destiny through every disappointment. You see, strength is not born in comfort. It's born in crisis. When you felt alone, I was teaching you to depend on me. When people walked away, I was showing you who never would. When doors closed, I was preparing the one that only I could open. And now, my child, the same place where you were once broken will soon become the place where I display my glory through you. Your story will speak life into others. Your testimony will set someone else free. Because I never waste pain. I use everything, every betrayal, every delay, every disappointment, to bring you closer to the purpose I designed for you before you were born. Remember Joseph? His brothers betrayed him. He was thrown into a pit, sold as a slave, falsely accused and imprisoned. But when the time was right, not a minute too soon, not a moment too late, I lifted him up to stand before kings. That same story of divine reversal is being written for you. You will look back and realize that every dark place was part of my divine direction. I am turning your pit into a platform, your pain into purpose, your wounds into wisdom, and your struggles into strength. You say, "But Lord, I don't feel strong." I know, my child. That's because strength doesn't always feel like fire. Sometimes it feels like faith that refuses to give up even when you're tired. The enemy tried to convince you that you're weak, but what he didn't know was that I placed something unbreakable inside you. My spirit. And that spirit will never bow to fear, never surrender to failure, never be destroyed by defeat. You are not who the world says you are. You are not your mistakes, not your pain, not your past. You are mine. You are chosen, called, and covered by grace. And I am not finished with you yet, my child. The storm you're facing right now will soon testify of my power. The same hands that were trembling in fear will soon rise in worship. The same heart that was broken will beat again with purpose. The same voice that cried in pain will soon declare, "God did it." And when I bring you out, because I surely will, don't forget to lift others. Tell them what I did for you. Tell them how I turned your struggle into strength. That's why I allowed the pain, not to punish you, but to prepare you to heal others through your story. So now rise again, my child. The night is almost over. The dawn is breaking. You will see my promises come to pass. You will see how every valley led you to the mountain. You will see that every delay was divine timing. The strength I am giving you now is not just to survive, it's to soar. Because I am transforming you from a warrior into a warrior, from a victim into a victor, from one who was broken into one who now breaks chains for others. You may not realize it yet, but the very thing that made you cry, will soon be the reason you praise. So listen carefully. Do not stop here. Do not give up now. Every breath you take is proof that I still have work to do in you. The pain you endured is birthing something greater than you can imagine. Keep walking. Keep believing. Keep trusting. For your struggle is turning into strength. And when that strength shines through, remember this. It wasn't your power that brought you here. It was my grace. So lift your head high, my child. Wipe your tears. And walk boldly into the future I have prepared. Because your story isn't ending in struggle. It's beginning in strength. And soon the world will see what I can do with a life that refused to give up. Now I speak to you, listener. If this message touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to this channel to stay close to God's voice. Comment Amen if you receive this word in faith. And share this video with someone who needs to hear that their struggle is not their ending. It's the beginning of their strength. Because God is turning your pain into purpose, your tears into triumph, and your struggle into unshakable strength. Amen.